Because I am actually Ben David, I have to explain to you what I've done. Because I'm actually Ben David, a child, an adult, a human being. I have to explain here on YouTube. What am I doing here on YouTube? Collecting all of this data on. I created this here. The Earth's not 6,000 years of age. Hey, so I built this stream, been working on it for many, many years. And let me tell you what I found, having found this. And look at my lips as I tell you, pastor with homosexual male lisp tendencies in the pictures. I'm saying no more pulpit preaching. That's the phenomenon. Looking at my lips. Compare them to George Washington's pictures. I'm here in Washington State. Kennewick Man, 9,200-year-old fossil remain. You're where? You're on the internet. What should you have done instead of have been born is a good question. How long have the Australian people been in Australia? 65,000 years. Well, now you know a fucking hell of a lot more about George Washington. Shame on you. Shame on you, pastor with homosexual male lists, because he said, keep excrement out of Torah. And so shame on you. It's that we kept the 6,000 year deduction. I'm Ben David. I'm shaming you, cult organization. We kept it. You kept and Jimmy Swagger got fat for fucking with the King James Version. Expired completely expired. It wasn't ever valid. The King James Version of the Bible never ever once valid. It itself eradicated. Oh, when did man evolve writing? The King James Version of the Bible evolved into what you took out of it, and you have this. You actually have a 400-year delta on your website that compared here. Listen clearly. No, where I'm explaining pastor homosexual male lists. Weird. It's great apism. It's not looking at your congregations. It's not looking at people legitimately. You're always eyes wide blind. How can we teach a false legend? Well, we know nothing about that Messiah guy. Who was he? Who was he? Who was he? Well, you don't have any record of his writing aside from Matthew chapter 5 verse 1, and then a magic 6,000-year legend sermon. No chance at all. The Bible itself was entirely apocryphal. 77, 66, 25, 27, all of the numerical codings bounced into world history, and it just was like a blender. You have how many deductors? Well, I'm sticking with the even 4,000 BC, because what's his name did. Why make it any more difficult than that? Because in 99 you shouldn't have been born. In 2000 you caused the dot-com bubble, and for breathing my dog's air, and I didn't have a dog yet, so you're off the hook there. You're off the hook, cult organization. You're actually a little bit off the hook there. So back to breathing my dog's air. He has more authority than anything on your Great Ape Typing website. If we if you must know the truth, my dog has more authority because my dog is in prophecy of the Quran. So over here, where you get a fuck with gematria, because you took God out of the Bible. God even put it out there in English and stuff. So I have to not pray to Jesus. No, don't pray to Jesus. No, do not pray to a false Messiah. No, never pray to me. Yes, always pray to whoever Moses prayed with, and he lived for 120 years. Always pray to whatever that thing was. Right there in the tent of meeting, always pray to that. And the way that you go bypass the false authorship of the Bible itself is the new and old, and the new and old is you don't get a choice, and neither's. They're both. And you have a collection of everything apocrypha, the collections of everything apocrypha. So you invalidated all writing so I'm the apocryphal cleanup guy because I memorized all of the apocrypha. By the way, the 2 times in the book of Enoch that are in the Bible that it's referenced in the words of Jesus, the third instance takes you out to YouTube to look for on Enoch 3 in the reverse calling back into the Bible. But you didn't study it that well. You said it didn't belong in the Bible rather than saying, wait, it already was in the Bible. Oops. And you kept using your dull pencil and you kept typing great apes with the legend, and it was pathetically shameful of your cult organization. Pathetically shameful cult organization after the year 30,500. When did man evolve writing? Yeah, the world's only question that's never been asked. You evolved every fucking thing. The only question that's had never been identified. Maybe everything went kind of to poops when we lost the ancestral origin of our birth certificates. Probably no more buying or selling a box. That won't work. Dudes, it's a bad joke ending narrative. But look at what you did. Wow. You guys are easy. We have nothing in our heads. Your skull is empties. You even took God out of the Bible. I witnessed, Pastor, I'm keeping this record narrative great. Now, what are we doing with this? We're getting the King James Bible. At each verse, such as Deuteronomy 34:10. Oh, where did it say Moses wrote shit down, children? Oh, thank you, kids, and having them write it, because obviously you have a hard time with that. And then up there, it's right there in your guys' Darwin Award getting GotQuestions.cult, InternetCult.org ministries on TV being blinked out. Look at us. We even took God out of the Bible. Look at what we did with it. We made it, but we have no brain. You have 500 years, no more buying or selling of books. You have no brains. Your cult performance is encephaly. Here in Washington State, where I have fossil remains, the encephaly is what you guys have, and why you're too incompetent to even recognize that 2 airplanes, then 1 airplane, and where'd they hit at? I don't know. And now we have. Now I'm explaining to you. 98% of you guys are too ugly for the hijab. Most of you are too ugly. I am appreciating God giving me this is, you guys need brown paper bags on your head. You're so shameful of a cult organization. Whoa, shameful. Where did you evolve from? Oh, we kept a legend we shouldn't have been born. Tim, they kept the legend. You shouldn't have been born. You were born without a brain. That explains. It all rhymes when you take it out of the mix of Matthew chapter 5, verse 1. I bet you that invalid authorization. Every 27 books of Apocrypha is what they were, cult organization. And when you go, 27 books of a 6,000-year legend, there's nothing in between except everything that you got wrong. Sit your asses down and write your retirements about everything in between that you got wrong, which was being born. So well, put it into my being born, because I probably shouldn't have been. And so now I have to clean up for Gideon Grandpa. who distributed the King James Version of the Bible. And what you guys are going to do magically in here. Yeah, we're never going to teach this again because God was right here and we were too dumb, incompetent, without brains to be nothing but typing great apes with a legend. Whoa, we're going to turn this typing great ape legend cult off and shut you off and, encephally write your retirements for the Pope. Puff on the Pope for giving you Cult Organization a magic proofing Bible and $22 trillion in hallucinatives because you're all on drugs. So you need a bad joke ending to an incompetent series of cults that can't take responsibility for understanding the words of the Bible. And there's not one single one of you. There's a German doesn't understand a single word in the Bible right over there. There's a white fat stupid who doesn't understand a word in the Bible with his white fat stupid 6,000 year magic poofing church. There is a school that doesn't understand one word in the Bible right over there, yet they all have their differences in what they don't understand. There's my Mormon missionary who doesn't have the Book of Mormon right at their counter, but everyone knows she's a Mormon, and we're all happy with that. And I'm make sure everyone knows it because the fat retard who tried to steal from me, who told me we don't need the Apocrypha. No, we don't need his apocryphal Bible, church. That's what we don't need. That's what we don't need. We don't need an apocryphal Bible with a 6,000 year legend. Kids, you have an apocryphal Bible with the 6,000 year legend. And I'm Ben David, and I'm a little sparky cleanup guy at the end of the road saying you have an apocryphal Bible. Now we have to take the 6,000 year legend, everything out, because none of it was real. You had an apocryphal religious system. You had a brick and mortar take me apart at the narrative seams, and all you did was keep a legend of a 6,000 year earth. And all you did, Cult Organization, was keep a 6,000 year earth legend. The Bible itself is not what you think it is. It said God and Moses spoke face to face. That's what it meant. And it said Moses wrote shit down. That's what it meant. Because you miss those very, very simple attributes. Holy crap, Cult Organization. I'm recording myself explaining to you that you 500 years of we can't figure anything out on either side because you evolved it. There you go. And then there is this weird little black hole matrix into the four gospels that says, whoa, nothing inside. There's nothing inside the stories but a black hole vortex of, wow, let's go see how Saul changed his name to Paul and took you by surprise and shamed you type stuff. And let's see who was involved. They all knew about the Dead Sea Scrolls. They all knew. It all had to do with the Dead Sea Scrolls. And Saul was a counterpart in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So you guys got royally left behind. Left behind. That's a mythical understatement. Left behind. I've heard that is some of your we cherry-picked stuff also left behind. You guys have a pretty nasty, we think we know what we're talking about elsewhere, but we don't because we never go back and forth and confirm together. And the two invalidate each other. So anything in print that references any verse in the Bible right now is actually an invalid apocryphal reference you took out of context. So, no big surprise. No big surprise. No big surprise. You kept a 6,000-year legend. My children, you kept a 6,000-year magic poofing legend. Magic poof in, magic poof out. Let me grab my pipe. Who's going to take care of this? A repenting Sparky for Grandpa. I had to get rid of the Bible I took on my 1992 mission trip, by the way. It was blue, but my website, www.seventhangelscroll, takes you into the I read all of the stuff around it, so it was also I memorized the apocryphal setting on it. It was blue, it had my name on it, so that made better sense. Get rid of it. So I want you guys to know that no. In order to understand Torah, you have to understand how it was written down. And it's of no value to you if you don't understand that God and Moses spoke face to face, because that gave you Moses' death record of 120 years, and how you should probably know that. I'd rather say that's kind of a weird thing. What does it mean? Let's see how it applied in Second Chronicles. Then the king of Israel said, "Take you Micaiah and carry him back to Amon, the governor of the city, and Joash the king's son." That particular relationship had to do with about 60 miles outside of Sumer, is how that one actually had to relate. So you had to understand these little things, such as where's Denmark in world history and prophecy. That would be where Adam used to fly. That's where Denmark. You guys got fucked in Denmark. You guys got royally fucked in Denmark. Got questions, that cult. So here is your new mystical. Here's how the OTO. Welcome to the OTO. They explain to you you don't have brains. You have this thing called ancephaly. Got questions on internet called .org. And the Kabbalistic cross, you with ancephaly, big brained halo people. kind of like that book. So when I had that word fire, that one I used earlier with all of the pictures of the great apes, and I said, hey, look, the only one that's missing is the middle one because it's not fat. Great Apeville. You all kept your Neolithic legends as great apes, and and then you turned into homosexual typing great apes. It's a unique wedding feast of oh my goodness, what did you blended everything so badly? How can we turn this off? Shoot. Yeah, that would explain a lot. right there. So when Adam was chained to Eve, it was a better way to understand those stories. So never take God out of the Bible again, because Adam, all you had to do was ask God, looking into meeting, hey, God, do you have a belly button? And he might have told you, but you'd have to find magic walkie-talkie box thing and know how to use it. And know how to use it. And so no, Adam used to fly before then, and he wasn't over there, but him being a little lousy lover, he had Lilith, and Lilith used to fly. They used to fly down in when he was down there in Australia, and Lilith left Adam in Australia because he was a lousy lover, kind of like you 6,000-year fat magic poofers. You're all you have is a broken marriage ceremony and no brains. All you have is no brains. Ancephaly, it was you kids. You being born after the year 1996 is actually where that, when doctors concerned, but they don't know that they have an illegitimate ancestral origin writing, and we have an illegitimate magic proofing cult website that needs to stop writing, and we have an illegitimate Wikipedia because everything's illegitimized by a magic proofing cult organization over here. It's kind of, you guys have all illegitimate. So when God was at once in the Bible, it made a lot better sense, but you illegitimized him. Then everything you did was showed, presented. There's not one proper thing in there because that's an illegitimate document. That King James version of the Bible, holy or not, but it is a holy Bible apocryphal version of everything, and including God and Moses speaking face to face. And I wouldn't mess with it, including I wouldn't do anything but handwrite it and never teach it, because that's about all it's good for, because we're getting it back into your schools. Handwrite that fucking thing from Deuteronomy 34:10. It said, Moses wrote down, God said, let us make man in our image. Well, you understood 500 whole fucking years, you cult laps. Maybe Jimmy Swaggart will pull his head out of his ass. If a cult will turn off, maybe. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, but you guys are too immorally incompetent to shape up. So I gotta get that entire thing out of print. Shit. In the year 2020, that thing has left you, cult organization, so immorally stupid. It's not even cute. It's not even funny. It's what can I ignore my entire cult performance, which was way back when your cult was beginning, and other people did the 6,000 year Earth hallucination also for some reason. It's like, oh, somebody did it. We're